It seems some kids are on a steady path to high school graduation and right on to college from the day they're born. Maybe they face a few bumps in the road, but for others the path is steep and those bumps are barriers. From the start, so many young people are facing what the experts call risk factors, and a lot of them, stuff they're just born into: poverty, bad neighborhoods, bad schools, broken families. Education's a way out. Programs and services can help, but there's so much holding you down and pulling you back. These are the stories, really just glimpses into the lives of 5 young people who are doing their best to beat the odds and break the cycle.
I live in a bad neighborhood. I still hear gunshots. If I ever want to go to my mom's house, she said don't come because it's so many shootings over there. I don't want to be a part of that.
Leon's a guy who loves learning, always has. When he was a freshman, he begged his father to let him switch to a different school.
I felt like the teacher wasn't teaching me, the kids wouldn't pay attention, so I felt like I needed to leave that school because I wanted to learn. I wanted to get my high school diploma.
But like a lot of kids coming out of the city public schools, he's not really ready for college-level work. So he's taking classes at a community college to help him catch up. And that means 2 buses to get to the morning class and then back home, and doing the same long commute for his evening class.
Well,
nobody's making him do this.
I think we're supposed to do the Chapter 5 summary. My mom, she dropped out of high school. I stayed with my dad's house. He never went to college. He just graduated from high school.
Number 74, Larson.
I decided to go to St. Louis Community College.
Larson Valley.
I'll be taking a couple classes to get me ready for college.
Stop requested.
I plan on majoring in game design or game developing.
So what we're going to be doing is reviewing what needs to go in Monday, okay? And what else happens on Monday? The cover letter goes in the portfolio.
School is fun. I really enjoy the college life.
The next thing I want to go over real quickly.
I like to learn a lot. Back when I was kindergarten, I was so happy just going to school, just you get to learn stuff. I go to the library just to read books sometimes. That's where you probably see me at the library.
Everyone can go.
Hey.
Just come and get GD. Just stay up out the streets.
Yes.
No freestyle.
I mean, yeah, it was like a freestyle, but now it was we still just remember the chorus. That's it.
I work at this place called the Covenant House. It's a homeless shelter for the youth. All I do is pick up trash, and it's pretty cool up there. I guess I didn't get that many opportunities in life. I really didn't. I never got that many opportunities in life. I don't put myself out there sometimes.
Number 16, city limits.
It's probably fear. I don't want to fail in life. I don't want to fail in education. I don't want to fail in nothing. I want to be successful. I want to be perfect in life.
This week is all about career exploration, career development. So we want to make sure you have a little bit of background about resumes. Do you all have?
I want to be the only person in my family, to go on to college.
Yeah, you got these top 3, which are actually very similar to mine.
I think the cost of attendance is $18,000. I'll just text you. Hold on. Financial aid will cover it a little bit, and I probably have to take out student loans. I guess I'll just start working to pay it off, but that's gonna take a while. Sure. My goals, I want to leave St. Louis. Why everybody just can't get along, just always have to argue about something or kill somebody over something. On the news, there's been a lot of killings and stuff. I want to move to a safer city or a safer place. I probably want to move around Colorado, I don't know yet. Somewhere safe. I just want to learn.
Claudia goes to an all-girls Catholic school. She's getting help with tuition, and she's in a program, Inspire STL, that helps talented, low-income kids get to college. But it's still a struggle, and her grades aren't as good as they could be.
So distribute.
I think you're missing a step in your nose. It's got to be
Her family came here from Mexico. Because of her English, she handles a lot of the family finances. She helps watch her sisters, then often works till late at night at a restaurant to pay the bills. The kinds of adult responsibilities that cause a lot of immigrant kids to drop out of high school.
It's Holy Thursday, so please proceed to the chapels.
For a long time, her teachers had no idea of what she was dealing with. They thought she just wasn't working very hard.
I don't want to tell them because I don't want anybody feeling sorry. Like, don't treat me different.
Yeah.
Treat me the same as how you would treat the richest kid in school. Like, treat me the same as like whoever. So I didn't tell them. But like, if I ever was to tell them, like, it would just be like, understand that like I am trying. Like, I'm not just like, it's not like I don't care.
It's never been easy at home. The family moved around a lot when she was younger. Her mother works 2 jobs. Her father is no longer around. But in many ways, it was worse when he was.
My parents, they used to have really bad fights. My dad would get really physical. And my mom, she got like an order of protection against him so that he couldn't come near. And one day he came to the house and he was not okay. I had never seen him like that. And my mom was like, just let him be here for a little bit, and if he doesn't control himself, like, call the cops. And he was just acting really crazy, and like I called the cops and he got sent to jail. For a while, like actually right now it's still like on my conscience. Like, I'm the one that put him in jail.
We have our cashier, our financial aid, and our registrar office. So if you need to pay tuition, if you need to talk about scholarships, if you need to add or drop classes, you can do all of that right there.
Okay. So like my mom asked me the other day, she's like, so what about college? Who's gonna pay it? Like she even asked me herself. I'm like on my own when it comes to college. I like watching basketball. Right now my fear is like, what if I don't get into college? What if I don't stay in college? Thinking about what you want to do and like stuff. It's just stressful.
On here you're gonna see that's our multicultural scholarship, and that's a half tuition award. Now, unfortunately, I will tell you, the $12,000 does not stack on top of the half tuition.
I figured. Yeah, he's over there. What's that? Just having a sustainable job would be amazing.
Somebody had my ears.
For real? Come on, let's go inside.
Where my DVD? Can I go to my friend's house?
No, not right now.
Why?
Because when we have food stamps, we go to Walmart, and when we don't have much money, we go to Aldi's. Here you go, girl. So just money, like I know money doesn't buy happiness, but like it buys a lot of other stuff. Neither of my parents went to high school. My grandparents didn't go to school. Like this is the farthest that anybody in my family has gone.
What has become known as Magdalene House.
So if I wanted to stop here, like I would be successful in my family's eyes. I definitely want to like finish school, but sometimes it's like overwhelming.
What are the 4 things it needs? Okay, a bottle, diaper change, rocking, burping. Okay, so you have to chime it in first and then determine what it needs, all right?
Breon's a freshman in high school. He's the only boy in this class. The assignment, take care of an interactive robot baby for the entire weekend.
So what do you think? Just rock it? Okay.
If you were to drop its head or something, would it cry?
Yeah.
Do you like the class?
Yeah, I like
Is
the
it a hard class?
Yeah, it's a hard class.
Oh, you hit his head! I did not.
How he responds to this baby will be recorded and downloaded, and he will be graded. But he's faced a lot tougher challenges than this. He's a DSEG kid and takes this bus back from his suburban high school to his neighborhood in the city.
My neighborhood is very bad.
Oh, you got a birth certificate? Ooh.
And my dad doesn't want me getting hurt. And he wants me to go to a good school and get a nice education.
I got this. Son, which one you want, front or the back?
I got back.
He lives with his father, works with him on the weekends, and he's dealing with a family tragedy, stuff that would overwhelm almost any adult, let alone a teenager who still has 3 more years before he can graduate.
It was hard. It was going to happen one day anyway.
Nah, he's okay.
I'm not over it, but like I'm better than I was when it first happened.
Dealing with the baby, this is a learning curve right here. You have to, deal with that. You was once that baby.
My dad, he's all I got now. I have a good household. I mean, we're a pretty good family. I mean, I don't see any drama. I mean, in case I get in trouble, that's drama right there.
Gassed up, let's go.
Put him on your shoulder.
My mother and my father always took care of me when I was little. They always bought me what I wanted. I was a spoiled, rotten kid, still am. I've always been a good kid. Sometimes I might goof around and stuff like that. But I know when it's the right time to goof around and have fun and stuff like that.
The baby was so loud, the baby cried through his door being closed, my door being closed. It just wouldn't stop crying.
I don't want no babies. I'm never doing this again.
You can handle it, son. You're doing a good job. You'll make it.
I want to either play football or basketball, and if that doesn't work out, then I want to be a nurse or something like that. I'm still trying to piece it together. Oh, just deal with it. My mom used to be an addict. She overdosed on pills. That's how she passed.
You take and cut sections like this right here. You cut like around this thing.
He warned me, and he warned me, and he warned me over and over. Kept telling me that your mother is not going to stop until she kills someone or kills herself. Me and my father were sitting in the car, and there's a song that came on that reminded us both about my mother. And we just sat there and we talked about her, and we talked about how good she was. My mother was a great mother. She wasn't a deadbeat. It's a picture of her, and I always sit in front of the picture, and I pray with her every night and every morning. I talked to her about the baby. I asked her to be by my side as, like, this baby is alive. And, try her best to guide me or, just to be by my side.
said.
My dreams are to graduate. I do my schoolwork because I know what my future holds.
Michael's is one of those stories that could go either way. He's got a lot going for him. He's got a lot working against him, starting a long time ago with his parents.
My father, he kicked me and my mom out and my two brothers. He actually used to leave us out on people's front porches.
He has managed to take control of his life, staying in school where he's always been one of the only white kids, and staying focused on realistic goals.
All my life, I actually grew up to where it was a struggle. I couldn't go straight into college because I know my mom can't pay for it. So I was like, well, instead of doing that route, I guess I can do a trade route.
Even with all he's been through, he still has a positive attitude, but he also knows he has serious anger issues.
I used to hit brick walls, trees, fences, cars, windows. I've actually lost feeling out of my right hand.
Fortunately, he has discovered an activity that has become a passion, uncovered a hidden talent, and under the guidance of a demanding mentor and role model, a positive way of channeling his anger.
You came to see the gentleman of vision!
I actually stepped with Gentlemen of Vision, and that organization is the best organization I've joined since my freshman year of high school.
You don't know what stepping is?
About face.
We're not dancers. Stepping is derived from Africa.
Say that again. I need to know who's been practicing. Because y'all, we all have aspirations to be on stage, is that correct? Yes, sir. But it comes through practice. This is where the hard work is right here. So we want to see who's been practicing.
I look up to Marlon Warden as my own father. He's actually taught me a lot.
You're a veteran. Reach across to one of these new guys and get them together. 2 steps, let's go. Come on, Shannon. Everybody should be working. Everybody should be working. 5, 6, 7, 8.
He's always telling me to stay positive. Go on stage. Step hard as you can. Do whatever you have to do. Take forth them steps and just be the best that you can.
Rewind! We're doing it again. Boom, boom, don't stop, step. There you go. Go down for the beat. Oh, you a disaster. Man, you a mess. Okay, my son has been practicing hard. He got his grades up. Attention.
The first time you think nobody can see you, that's right when the judge looks dead at you.
Seeing my mom struggle so much, it really hurts. My dad actually abused her a lot. It caused me to have a lot of anger problems. Still to this day, I don't have no type of feeling for my father. Sometimes I do wish I had my father next to my side, but eventually, later on in the long run, it's gonna make you a stronger person.
Especially any challenges that you have that you maybe face.
Coming to school, you know, really helps me because the teachers are very supportive. You know, it actually gets my mind off things, and when I come to school and they give me work to do, I can basically just focus more on my work. School is the most important thing that you need because later on in this life, you don't have an education, you can't go nowhere.
10 years from now, what would you like to come back and say that's going on with you in your life? Like 10 years from now.
I would actually like to say I accomplished my goals of being in the Navy, being a mechanical engineer, and also making my own step team and helping young kids achieve and go to college. When I go into the military, I will know that I've accomplished a lot. Knowing that I've been through so much during high school, my middle school, and elementary. When I have a family, I want to provide for my kids. I want to make them go to college. I don't want to have them go the hard route that I had to go through.
I just felt like they only wanted to talk. Like my mom, I felt like she only talked to me when she was in prison. Like I don't hear from her much when she's not in prison.
Neither do I, and I lived with her. Honestly, I don't feel sympathy for anybody that's in prison.
I do.
You know what I mean, Savannah? I'm talking about people who intentionally do things that they're not supposed to do.
Having
that's bad.
weed is intentionally.
Okay, your mother distributed crack cocaine. Your mother did crack cocaine. You know, she tried to kill me once because I blew her drugs because she was doing it right here, this part of the car, in front of my face, and I blew it off. And she tried to kill me.
Savannah is 16. Her older sister's driving them to see their mother, who's been in and out of prison for most of their lives.
So learn how to drive.
I know how to drive. Tired. Leave me alone. Speaking of the devil.
Children with parents in prison are more likely to end up there themselves someday. But like a lot of other risk factors, a big part of breaking the cycle is getting a high school diploma.
An offender at the Women's Reception and Diagnostic Correctional Center. This call is from a correctional facility inmate.
Her potential has been recognized. She spent time in a law firm as part of the St. Louis internship program. But in her young life, for a lot of reasons, there are still so many things working against her.
Start the conversation now. Hello?
Hey.
Where are you guys at?
We're on our way there. We had to stop and get some stuff.
Okay. Did you bring your ID?
Yeah, we're gonna make it before.
My sister, who I am extremely close to, we went through foster care together, but she had to stay because she didn't have a father. It kind of made us separate. I live on the south side of St. Louis. It is very hard because you walk out every day and you see the same people doing the same terrible things they were doing yesterday and the day before. It makes me want to just do better. I don't want to look 50 years from now and be the same person, living in the same place, doing the same thing. I go to Cleveland Naval Academy. It is a school that is based around the naval principles and academic principles, and they tie it all together to create better character. They have a 95% graduation rate.
Did I exhaust them all? No. College, the trade school, your mom's couch, the military. Anybody that wears a uniform for the military now has raised their right hand and said, I swear to support, defend the Constitution of the U.S. against all enemies, foreign and domestic, voluntarily.
They still manage to have kids get engaged and get involved and want to graduate.
You got 5 minutes.
Covers. Where's Jake? Column right. March. Ready to. Form a comma fouls. From the right. March. About. Face. Covers.
I want to be either a pediatrician or a child psychologist.
2.
Because I love children. I would just try my best to make them feel the way I would have wanted to feel as a child.
Ready to.
As a child, it's kind of weird because you're thinking, well, she has a mother and father. Why don't I? You kind of start feeling like, well, maybe my mother doesn't want me, or maybe my mom's a bad person, and it gets you into a bad place.
We should look at it from this is modern day. This isn't 1776. We're in a different place now.
A couple of my sisters have multiple children. Some of my family members are still addicts.
Oh, like the prohibition? That's actually
So I have this expected thing on me that I'm either going to end up pregnant before I'm 20 or end up an addict. And like that's the biggest fear for me is ending up the same.
To be President Obama.
It's not about now. It's about where I'm trying to go. Because no matter what I'm going through now, it can always get better through them.
See, that's the thing you gotta do. You gotta just graduate the right way and go to college and be the first one out of all 5 of her kids.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna go to college eventually, but I don't have time right now. I have kids.
Just
Just think how happy I'm going to be when I walk across the stage with my college degree. Being the first in my family to get one, or a high school degree.
This is the present.
I don't think about now. I think about, what am I working for? In 30 years, when I'm a doctor, I'm going to be happy, I'm going to have a great job, and I think about the goals. I focus on them. I have to be successful.
Savannah says she's determined to show that where you're from does not determine who you are. But in reality, if the luck of the draw had been better for any of these kids, things would have been a lot easier. And there are lots of stories like these. Good kids who, with a little help from a family member, a friend, a teacher, a coach, can stay on the path to graduation and a brighter future. For them and for all of us who call this community home.